ISA and WUSC have been selected as the Member of the Month clubs for February for their collaborative workshop, Cross-Cultural Communication, Breaking Barriers and Building Understanding. Their efforts empowered participants to see past their cultural bias in order to effect positive communication with a diverse group of people.
Okay, so the ISA is this group of international students that advocates for international students' issues. This year we've focused on three main issues, which are housing, tuition fees and financial support, and internationalization of the curriculum. So that's what I say.
And WUSC, what stands for the World University Service of Canada, and basically what it is a network of individuals and post-secondary institutions all across Canada. And everything that we do is really fundamentally rooted in a value of education as a means to eradicating global disparities. ISA and WUSC both, we cater to a really diverse range of people, and so that's how we came up with this idea of intercultural communication or cross-cultural communication, because even if we don't know it, like everyone on campus deals with that to some extent all the time. So if it's, we wanted to allow people to reflect on their own assumptions about cross-cultural communication or the biases that we hold towards other people, and create a space in which we could really address those assumptions and then find a framework in which to respond to them positively and affect positive communication. So the objective of this workshop was, one, to really reflect on our own cultural biases, and
the second one was to affect positive communication with a diverse group of people, so basically interaction more than anything else.
And the last thing is we really wanted to leave people with a takeaway, so we wanted people to have concrete tips and ideas on how to affect positive communication, both in personal and professional settings in cross-cultural communication. Tips are things that we already know, oftentimes.
Like we said, kind of the iceberg thing, you first have to look to put yourself in the other person's situation and try to understand a little bit of their culture, because you're never going to be able to fully understand how they react, how they behave the way they behave. I mean, each culture has a different set of norms and behaviors that are acceptable within their community or culture, and you kind of have to understand that, and then if you understand that, you will be able to communicate more effectively.
I don't think it's one of those things, cross-cultural communication, that you ever can master, but it's building a place of understanding within yourself that you can, from that position, create an open space for conversations. And it's one of those things that even though we presented this workshop, we're still navigating those boundaries ourselves, and we're continuously learning. And I think each experience in each situation gives you an opportunity to really develop your own skills. And I think that, I just found that this workshop, everyone who was a part of that conversation was able to bring out their own situations and reflect on their own experiences as international students. And when you do that, you really realize that you've already engaged in so many situations where you've been presented with a diverse group of people. And so hearing from other people what their situations and scenarios were, there was just so much appreciation for the similarities despite the differences.